Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 224 of Floating Through Film. This week, for one of our break episodes, we are doing Christopher Nolan's new film, The Odyssey. But before we get into it, let me introduce our hosts here, Blake
What's up?
and Luke.
Hello.
And today we have our friend guest co-hosting today, Sean Paul. Hello, Sean.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Sean has been on before, but it's been a while.
No, okay. You guys want me to make you feel old real quick?
No,
Last time Sean was on was the week I moved into college,
damn,
Damn,
and now I just
that was a long
graduated
time ago.
that's
a few
crazy.
months
Wait, really? That
ago.
Barry Lyndon episode was that long ago?
Yeah, I remember because
Where
that
did
was
the
the reason I
years
wasn't on it.
go?
Was I was moving into
Where did
college.
the years go?
Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry. I just wanted to.
Okay,
thanks.
see, to be fair,
Appreciate
like that should make you feel old, not me.
No, no,
that.
you're old. You're
Like
old.
why do you have to bring us being
Accept
old
it,
into
buddy.
it? Like why? You're the
You'll
one who's
catch
old
up.
now,
You'll catch
motherfucker, not us.
up.
No, I'm
Now
still
it's after
young.
college, it's all the same. No,
No, no,
I'm kidding.
no, don't.
But not really.
Anyway,
But speaking of how time changes with all, let's get into the Odyssey. I mean, I feel like okay, so I know Blake and I at least have read it recently. But I
Yep.
know Sean will definitely has his thoughts on. That's why we have him on today. So let's start with Sean on.
Oh no, you don't want
Actually,
to
none
start
of us
with
have
me.
revealed really what we thought of the movie yet. I'm actually really curious. Like we really saved it this long. No, I haven't seen your guys' ratings or anything. So,
oh
Sean,
yeah, I haven't
what?
rated it.
Yeah. So, Sean, what did you think of the Odyssey?
So I surprisingly liked it. Like the overall, the story, the way it was captured, cinematography, gorgeous as usual, and knowing that it was completely shot in IMAX is quite an achievement. Because I don't know how many. I think the IMAX camera can only go on for like 3 minutes or so before they have
Yeah.
to put in a new whatever. But I enjoyed it. I actually had a good time. There was stuff that took me out of it for a bit, and I have my nitpicks, but overall, I'm actually excited to rewatch it. Um, I feel like Oppenheimer was good, but I haven't rewatched it since the theater, since the IMAX showing we went to back then. Tenet, it was hard. I'm willing to give that one another shot,
You
but
should. You
I had
should.
no
You should.
desire. But the Odyssey, though, it's something I would not mind revisiting. It was a fun movie. So,
Should.
Uh,
Okay.
who wants to go next? Luke, how about you?
I guess yeah.
You're next on my screen. So,
Oh, great. Yeah. I mean, I liked it. I'm still not sure like how much I like it yet because I think I need to revisit it. When it comes to some things like the editing, for example, and also just like the length of it. Honestly, like my first thought coming out of the theater was I feel like it should have been longer,
mm.
which may be a hot take. I don't know. Like I kind of wish he maybe let the images breathe a bit more, but also I'm still not sure if that's just like if I like the fact that he didn't let him breathe. I don't know. I'm still trying to decide, but I liked it overall. Like
damn, he
I
admitted it
what did I
that he doesn't let the images breathe.
well it's I don't know if it's like I can't tell if it's like intention or like if it's like a bug or a feature. I'm still unsure. because like
Interesting.
some of the editing is very off kilter.
Hmm.
I've
Like, what do you
noticed.
mean? Like, is there anything you're thinking of specifically, or?
Um, he cuts like he did this with Oppenheimer too. I've noticed that it's these two movies. He'll just like he'll cut like not like a usual like blockbuster director will. He'll cut kind of um like anti-rhythm rhythmically, or at least like yeah like typical rhythm against the typical rhythm of a Hollywood film at
Mm,
points. It's interesting, but I'm not sure how I feel about it. But in terms of just like this, I guess the story and stuff. I mean, I'm not very familiar with the Odyssey. The only thing I knew about it was there was a Cyclops at some point. In fact, when like the first like 20 or so, 20 30 minutes, I was like, I thought this was had like magical creatures in it. And I was like, am I misremembering this? And then the Cyclops popped up and I was like, oh yeah,
mm.
there we go. But I mean I liked all like the little creatures and mythology. I thought that was pretty cool. Um Yeah, I don't know. It's there's a lot to it. It's hard to encapsulate my thoughts in a short thing, but yeah, I also
Well,
liked I honestly liked the ending section too. The whole like fight scene where he's like, you know, like they're dropping the weapons through the thing. Like Robert Pattinson's being all like like ordering the men and everything. Like I really liked that. I thought it was really funny and fun to watch. But and I mean, it also has like I've noticed like the Odyssey. It definitely you definitely see how influential it is on a lot of like hero's journey stories. And so I noticed like a lot of familiar plot beats, but like I still couldn't help but kind of get caught up in like the stuff that was obviously going to happen. Like whenever like Odysseus is like when he's like last up to like was it string the bow? I was in my seat like, oh my god, he's gonna do it. He's gonna reveal himself. Like, let's go. Like, I couldn't help it. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but yeah, no, yeah, I like it overall. It's a good movie.
all right, Blake. What about you?
I thought it was all right. Definitely had some issues with it. First off, way too loud. I'm sorry.
I
Like
didn't mind
there
it.
were there are moments I didn't mind like one specific scene with how loud it was, but the rest of the movie I don't know, dude. It was just way too loud for me. There
Like,
were
are you
moments
saying
whenever I
it's drowning
wanted
out
to
the
plug my
dialogue? Is
ears.
that?
No, it was just too loud in general. I was like,
I
like,
didn't
why
mind
is the
that.
music having a blare in this moment? It doesn't have
I
to.
kind of
Like,
like that
I don't know.
honestly. Like, I want him to
The
like.
one moment that I liked the sound being super loud was whenever they were stacking Troy because that was actually a really unique,
Oh
I
no,
think,
the Troy
way
sequence
to
is
use
really good. I
the
forgot to
sound.
mention that. I really like that sequence. But yeah,
Um, so definitely my first complaint. I personally thought it was too loud, just in general. Second, it's definitely a take on the Odyssey. I don't hate that he made it his own, but I personally I don't really agree with his portrayal of Odysseus in general.
it's too
Like,
woke for you.
no, he's not woke. He's just like too much of a good guy because Odysseus in the
uh,
book is not. He's not portrayed as a good man, really. He's not. He's
uh,
portrayed as like a master of deceits, and I had an issue with like Athena in this movie, which
well,
is
didn't he?
a
Isn't he
shame
like?
because it's the only god that's basically in the movie. But because that's another
Wait,
problem I had with the movie, it's not. There's basically no gods. They talk about them, but they're not
wait,
in the movie
isn't?
basically at all.
Wait, I'm confused. Wait, I thought the whole like thing he like felt guilt or whatever, like the like he recognized he was
See, I don't
wrong.
think that's something.
That's not in
Maybe
the
if
book.
I, yeah, maybe
That's
if
not
I
in the
read the
book.
book again,
Okay,
I
I just
I
don't
would get
know.
more
I don't
into it.
know. I don't
Like,
know.
I mean,
It works. It works
it
because
works.
it's a very human thing that can be something that maybe Odysseus did have. I think all men would, but a guy of his nature, though, as cunning and a strategist as he was, he played all his cards well. I don't. That wouldn't be the main center of that theme of him trying to like
Yeah,
run away from his problems. That wasn't,
yeah.
from what I
Hmm,
understood from the plot
okay.
of the original epics. That's not what it was about.
Yeah.
No, like I
He
don't think
probably
Odysseus
thought, man, the
is
Trojan
good.
horse is a badass thing. It's like
Yeah.
it's like that was a pretty good idea. I don't know about you guys. I don't feel guilty
I
about
mean,
that,
it's
but
still being remembered today. Like, it's a good idea.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, it worked.
uh,
Now, rather, he may have felt bad about the sacking of Troy, which is more like razed to the ground. It was just completely annihilated, the entire city.
yeah.
That may have taken a toll on him, but that's a
Well,
very,
actually, Blake, did you have anything else?
Um, I mean, yeah. So that was one issue. Obviously, I didn't love Odysseus's portrayal. I honestly didn't really love anyone in this movie. I'm not gonna lie. I thought they were all just like kind of mid to okay.
Like the
Um,
actors, you're saying, like the
I think Anne
performances.
Hathaway was maybe the best, but even then, I wish that Christopher Nolan could do emotional moments at all because it just sucked in this movie
I mean,
again. Like,
Like
it's kind of
as
crazy.
in
She's
the
like my
2020
least
film Tenet.
favorite. She
is
was my
she
least
like
favorite.
in
Yeah.
terms of just like her presence? I think that
Uh,
she has the most presence in the movie. So,
I don't
See,
know. I
but
mean,
it's hard for me to like judge the like performances because I don't know how these characters are supposed to be like in the novel.
you
So
can still
like
judge
the
them in the movie.
yeah, you
like
still
I
judge
don't
them
like
on
for
the
example
Like the
like
movie
Tom
is made for
Holland.
people that haven't read the book, though. He
Like
knows most people haven't read
I
it.
don't know if like they're supposed to be that way or like I don't
Based on
know.
what?
it's
Like
like,
he knows most people aren't supposed to watch this. That's why it's good we have a split that two people have read it at least once. Like and uh and then two people haven't because most of the audience probably hasn't read it or like they
Like
kind of
for
read it in high
example, like
school. You know.
I heard people call like Tom Holland's performance bad because he's like clueless
See,
or
that's what's funny
something.
to me. To me, he was actually like I actually kind of liked him compared
Yeah,
to
I don't mind it. I didn't because
but like
everyone's like shitting on it, but like I don't know.
because there's that scene where the classic Oscar scene. Like I even quoted a tweet today about it. Like someone's like, "Oh, Anne Hathaway, her Oscar moment," and it's like that scene where she's like yelling about her
yeah.
motivations and
oh,
stuff.
in his face.
Classic Oscar shit. Yeah, and she explodes, and his face is just like he's just reacting, but
When
it's like
she's like, basically where she tells him, be a man. And he's like, oh, okay.
wait, no, no, is it no? Is that the no? It's the one where he's like, do you want revenge or something? And she's like, I want Odysseus, and then she like rages. She stands up
But
and
that's what I meant. Yeah, yeah, that
oh,
part.
okay, is that the
Yeah.
same scene? I forgot. Okay.
It's the
Yeah, I
same
think it is.
scene where she gets in his face like this
Yes,
close.
yeah, yeah. She's like yelling.
I've noticed her eyes in this movie. I don't know if it's like the camera lights or something, but they would glow like
They
a
were.
ghoul, like a
No, there was like
ghoul.
Hmm.
one that was like glowing, but the other
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
wasn't. Yeah, I noticed
yeah.
that.
Maybe just
But I
like
also
where the light
liked,
was hitting her eye.
yeah, but if we're talking about performance too. I liked Pattinson quite a bit too.
Townsend was good,
Okay,
yeah. He wasn't in there a lot though. That
but
was
yeah,
one
see, that's
issue.
I mean, that's one of my main problems. Like, okay, because like just to get my
He
thoughts,
wasn't.
uh, like usually I'm anti people that like said, "Oh, I read the book," and then just compare everything in the movie to the book because I respect. I mean, obviously, I respect filmmakers to be able to change source
Yeah,
material to make a new film and stuff, but it's like but there's a certain degree where, especially if you're adapting like a really good book or a classic book or something, to me, like at least there should be some spirit of the book, you know. And especially with like when I was going through the Odyssey and stuff, and then like getting ready for this episode, I listened to some talks that the translator Emily Wilson did. She's a pretty popular translator of this book that she did a few years ago, and I think Nolan based his movie based on her translation. But she was
Hmm.
known for giving it
I
like
remember, yeah,
really
because
modern
she like,
translation.
yeah, people call
Uh,
it like the woke version of the Odyssey.
yeah, people. Yeah,
that's
I
the
mean
one.
that's because that's
I
just
say
for
that in a
Wonder
good
Woman
way, by the
though.
way. I'm pro woke,
That's
just to make things clear.
uh, but the problem is like, and she even mentions this too. I was going to read a quote from her because Blake basically kind of nailed how I felt about Odysseus, where it's like in the book he's just like such more of a complicated guy.
Yes.
He's just like way more she even used this word ambiguous, which is like one of my favorite words in film, you know. And to me that's like actually way more modern than like she basically calls him in this movie he's like a basically a Jason Bourne action hero, you know, who feels guilty about his war crimes. It's like but Odysseus like in the Odyssey, Odysseus is like it's way more complex. Like and another aspect of that that's like huge in the book. It's like it's a very if I put it nicely, it's a very erotic book, or if I put it crassly,
Yeah.
it's a very horny book. You know, and like Nolan's has none of that at all.
you know,
But it's like every other island he gets stuck on in the book. It's like some woman seducing him, and he's like, oh, "Okay, I'll stay."
Yeah.
Like it's like it doesn't take him that much. Like that's one of the readings of the book. It's like, does he actually want to go home? You know, or is like, does he actually love being with these women on these islands? You know,
Calypso. Yeah.
uh, like I don't even think Nausicaa's in the movie, right?
She's not. I think there's a
And
credit with her in the movie, but I didn't see. I don't think she was ever
I don't
mentioned.
know. Maybe she's like alien or something, but she's a
you know,
huge
I
part
mean,
of the book in terms of like he's about to marry
a
her,
man,
and then
a man like
that's when he's
me,
like,
a man like me would stay with Charlie's throne for eternity. You know, personally, I would never leave
Or I
that
literally told that to
situation.
Brady. I was like, I would just choose. I would choose Charlie Thick.
well, see, that's the thing. Like, I wish, like, to me at least, it doesn't. Outside of casting her, which is a good casting choice, the movie doesn't really show any of that. Like, why he would want to stay. It's like it like looks like the. It doesn't look
Well,
pleasing. The
that's
island.
why they added the lotus sleep thing, which
Yeah.
from what I've understood, that's not
Yeah.
an element
Well,
in the
well, there
story
is
at
like a lotus.
all.
She does use. There is like some lotus eaters thing in the book, but that's what her
Oh, is
like.
there? Okay, so
But
I
her
don't know
men
what
are
I read
his
then.
men are the ones that start eating that. Um,
Hmm.
I forgot exactly how it works in the book. Uh, no, but yeah, that's like because he's known as like a trickster or like a schemer. I think that's Sean even said something similar. Like that's basically what he's known for from the books, and you basically get none of that. You know, you get none of that in this movie. Like, I thought Matt Damon is
No,
fine, and he looks like damn. He looks so buff for like he's probably in his
he is.
fifties.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of
I
insane.
think he's 60 right now.
Is he
60?
actually? Holy
I think
shit!
so. I
Dang.
think so. Let me look.
Damn, that's crazy though. Like, yeah, no, because and actually,
55.
Sean,
I'm sorry, I lied.
55. Okay,
You
55.
can round
you know, he
up
I don't
still
though.
looks
know.
great.
Halfway there.
Yeah.
He still looks great, 55 though.
Hmm.
Because like one of my favorite, and I went and I looked over my notes from reading the book, like some of my favorite quotes, and like one of my favorite parts of the book in is Odysseus basically he has like he even talks about it where he has this kind of struggle of like which life does he want? Does he actually want to go home or does he like basically being like the
A
journey?
pirate.
You know, he yeah a pirate. You know, like all he likes all these kind of like all these things he has to get through. You know, rather than just like going home and being bored. But like I don't think you get really any of that um complexity in the film and like usually
It's hidden
it's
by the guilt shit. That's what they
wait
use
what
instead. Like
yeah
the guilt shit is what
yeah
replaces it, which is kind of
yeah
BS, but in my opinion.
okay because let me read this quote that she had that I thought was great because it was like kind of how I was feeling about the movie at least like thematically like especially with Matt Damon's character because she said quote there's a tolerance for ambiguity in the world of the Odyssey, which I don't think there exactly is in the world of Hollywood blockbuster action films. I think that's one of the big challenges for Nolan, is that he has to make a protagonist a likable all-American hero, which is a real challenge if you're basing this on a poem where the hero is not necessarily motivated by romantic love or being a nice suburban parent. He wants glory, and he wants to get spoils from the sack of a city. I kept looking in vain for a sense that this was a film about glory. I think it has some interest in shame, but it doesn't have any interest in glory. And I think I mean, that's an amazing quote. Just like the idea of like you were seen as heroic for doing like sacking Troy. You know, like
Hmm.
I think Sean kind of touched on that. It's like he might have felt guilt about other things that happened, like his men dying and situations he leads them to. But that's like actually one of his victories. You know,
Yeah.
uh,
It's
and
a
just that.
badge you carry with you the
Yeah,
rest of your life,
exactly.
and you'll flex on it wherever you
Yeah,
go. I mean, because
exactly.
in those days, that will get you into connections with other lords and nobilities. You know that's something. That's your ticket. That's your golden ticket for achieving
Yeah,
something like that. It's like you know.
yeah, yeah. Um, and then honestly, just like there's another thing I kind of know. Like I know that, like Zeus's law is like a thing, but I don't remember it being nearly as a thing in the book. Like everyone quoting Zeus's law is like.
Yeah.
I
Like
think we're quite on that.
he even like says it. I forgot who says it, but at one point they're like Lucifer's law is like basically the golden rule. They're like you shouldn't hurt other people the way they hurt you. It's like what did Lucifer's law become the Bible? Like what the hell? Like
Yeah,
you can tell like
it
he's really
seems
like dummy. Like he's trying to like because the ancient like morals, especially like pre-Christianity with the Greek morals, like it was way different. You know, so just like
very different.
and like Lucifer's law is more about just like hospitality for a stranger. Like if they visit your house, and it's kind of more like so that
But
way, if you go and
yeah,
visit them, they'll show you the same hospitality, you know. But it's not like the golden rule.
and using that as a premise for like as to why these beneficiaries all basically occupied the House of Ithaca made no
Yeah.
sense to me. I'm like, it has nothing to do with well, we can't kick them out because this is law. I'm like,
Well, see, that's
no,
actually kind
there's
of true.
more.
That's why I mean, it's weird in the book because like that's why they can. I don't even know exactly why they explain why they can't kick him out, except for like Odysseus is gone and she needs to remarry, but it's been like 20 years and they're just still hanging out over there. Uh, but honestly, like, but all that stuff aside, like, if I just have to rate Nolan for like some of the filmmaking aspects, I feel like it's one of his weaker films, honestly, in terms of like how it's like. I mean, you even used the word anti-rhythmic earlier, Luke, trying to describe the
I wasn't
editing,
saying it's a
and to me,
bad
like
thing,
that's like a fatal sin, basically.
or at least I'm not sure. I guess I should say
um, but
because
I mean,
yeah,
I kind of know what you're saying, where he's like trying to, it's not just linear,
it's very elliptical.
especially,
Maybe that's a better
yeah.
word for it.
But dude, even then, like, I hate to keep comparing the book. The book is way more like that.
Yeah, we
Where
know
it's like
that.
always going back and forth in time with memories and stuff, and like someone starts telling a story and goes way back in time, and then that'll last for a long time, just the memories. Uh, but
And
like,
sometimes I kind of got caught up in some of the stories too in this one. Like someone would start telling a story, and then like I would kind of forget they're telling the story, and then it would come back, and I'd be
yeah,
like, "Oh yeah."
yeah,
But I don't know how they do it in the book.
no, it
So
does happen a lot in the book too. But just technically, because I know this was a big deal that this was the first film that was shot on all IMAX, um,
yeah,
like where the whole film was. And to me, it's like, why? Like for so many of these conversations, they're just close ups, shot reverse shots, just like 50 of them or whatever. For every time someone says a word, you got to cut right to them. It's like, why do you need IMAX cameras for all these? Like you're kind of just wasting the film at this point. Uh, and it's like, and I just said I hate comparing, but I'm kind of have to because getting ready for this episode, I also watched three other versions of the Odyssey. I watched the 1954 film by I forgot his name is Mario Camilli, I think. That can't be right.
Mario Bava.
Mario Camerini.
No,
Mario
Uh,
Camerini. And that stars the Kirk Douglas. And then
okay,
I watched one from 1911, which is a very early silent film. And then I watched one called Nostos: The Return by Franco Piavoli from 1989. And basically all of those, I would say all three of them, to me they just enjoy like the world of the Odyssey way more. Like they like, you know what I mean? Just technically, it's like you get way more wide shots. Like you even said, like how he doesn't let the images breathe. Like in all,
yeah,
especially the No Steps to Return. Like that's all that film does. Like it's kind of crazy. That movie is the language is basically he basically made up a language for the movie. It has no subtitles. Uh, he like combined like Sanskrit, Latin, and Greek, but there's
whoa,
probably like less than like 200 words in the movie though, and it's all just like
mm,
these wide images of him like going to these new islands and kind of just like by himself wandering around. It's like a really unique take, but it's basically like literally whiplash from like watching that one to watching this one because this one's like the exact opposite, where it's like all story, no letting the images breathe, like um like for example, this is kind of similar. This idea of like him not really caring about how they look that much is like the scene with the suitors. It's all this like it's all dark. It's all the same color. This like orange kind of yellowish orange glow in this like dark room. It's like this should be your time to actually like show off all these different costs, like all the different characters, like what else all the suitors would be wearing. Like
let them
like
know.
in the 1954 version I watched. It's like every suitor has this like weird face. Like some of them are really old; they're just there for the fun. You know, some guys like no, they actually have a chance to get with her, and so they're like more attractive. But they all look way different. It's like just a bunch of wide shots showing you the environment. It's like you get none of that. It's like he didn't really care, you know, about actually showing that. Um, and it feels like there's just a lot of examples of that for me in this film. Uh, but you know, I don't want to say I hate it. I didn't like. I just didn't love it, you know, and really didn't like it that much.
So wait,
Uh,
what did you like
I
about the movie?
yeah, I do have some likes. I do have some likes.
Okay, okay, okay.
I did like when we are allowed to see the locations that they're actual real locations. You know, uh,
Yeah.
like some of the what like see that's the thing. The wide shots they're like they last for like 2 or 3 seconds. You know, it's like he's not even enjoying
No,
these
I saw
locations as
the.
much as he should.
I'm sure you guys might have heard this, but you know the land they go to where it's the like the giants in armor that all like start attacking them.
Yes, yes,
Did you hear the fact that the way they shot that scene was with no CGI? All the giants were 7 feet tall, and then they used for all the soldiers, they had stunt doubles that were all less than 5 feet tall. And that made the illusion that
damn,
like
that's
the giants were
creative.
like bigger.
Why did
That's
it look
creative.
CGI then? I feel like they didn't look that good.
The armor, the
Wait,
armor
which
has
one's
to be. They
CGI?
all look like clone troopers.
The
So it
big
was.
guys, the big armor guys,
No,
they
yeah,
didn't look
no,
very
that
good. Like
wasn't
I
CGI.
thought it was CGI.
Yeah. No, it's
I can't
crazy.
tell if that's a compliment or insult.
It's kind of both. It's an
It's
insult,
kind of a
kind of.
trippy
But
sequence though. It's like it's very
It
like
is,
so I don't
but like
know.
that's one episode where he really just throws you in. Like there's barely any.
I
Uh,
kind of like that. I kind of
I did
liked
like that
it.
one. I did like the like. There are some like the Trojan war set piece where you get that wide shot of like them just going throughout the town,
the
you know, with these
city,
like little
yeah,
fires throughout.
City.
Oh yeah, that's a really good
Honestly,
scene.
just all the Trojan War sequences are probably my favorite in the movie.
No, I
oh
like
yeah,
those
those are
too.
good.
Um, Even like the way that them just like the idea of actually having to like live in a horse, you
No,
know,
yeah, when
it's
they're
like just
washed
like
up
having to
and
wait.
like
Yeah,
people are like drowning in the it's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
You could tell that was like heavy Dunkirk
Oh yeah, for
vibes
sure.
with them trapped in the boat. It's like very similar to how it's shot in this one.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I did like all that sequence. I even like the colors of the Spartan uniforms, like that kind of white, creamy. You know what I'm
Trojans.
talking about?
Wait, what are
Yeah,
the
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 Trojans
Spartans?
Trojan uniform.
Yeah,
or
that's
the
the
Spart.
part that
Oh,
pisses me off.
Oh no,
That's the
you didn't
part.
like
yeah.
that?
It's they're taking late Greek classical Corinthian armor design, the helmet, and they
Hmm.
make it look like armor out of RuneScape or something. It's really weird to me.
I like the
Um,
color. I can't. That's what I was saying. I like about
Oh
it.
yeah,
yeah, it would
Especially the way it
work.
matched the beach.
Yeah, but if you have that, there's variety in so many things, so many types of units. If that was like an honor guard, or for officers, fine. Minus the helmet part, fine. Like that'd be okay. But it's very lazy to me. And I did read about stuff like there was one Greek guy who uh, recreates ancient bronze, Greek armor from the Bronze Age. And Nolan and his team reached out to him to help with the Odyssey. And then at one point they just ghosted him. And then they went with this lazy garbage. It's horrendous
Damn.
to me. Yeah, no, it's
So, do you
horrendous.
feel about that way
I
about all
Well,
the uniforms, or is it
Yes,
just the? Okay,
it's really
okay.
bad.
so I feel that way
Especially,
about most of them, but Agamemnon,
oh,
I don't like I know that's not Greek armor, but whenever they open that gate and you just see him standing there in
It's
oh,
that
the
black
cool.
the
fucking armor, it's
aura.
pretty dope as shit.
Yeah, no,
It's
it's
cool.
Oh
dope.
wait, with you talking about Benny Safdie's character like in the gold armor?
It's not
Black
Wait,
armor.
gold. It's
no,
like
the
black,
black armor.
Who
but
has
it
the
is
With
very
gold
some
armor?
safety.
gold
That's very
trims. There's
safety
some
though.
gold trims, but
Maybe
There's
some
like
gold.
no, because when they open the doors
It did
of
look
Gold
bad,
spine, maybe. If it was
but
badass
see
as
that's
hell.
it. But see that's probably the problem with the movie. It's like that's badass for like I maybe said this a few weeks ago where we randomly were talking about Nolan on the Renoir episode, and I said Nolan to me is closer to Michael Bay than he is to Renoir, and like it's cool in a Michael Bay way. It's like it's a Transformer moment. You know, it's like, oh damn, it's a badass like armor, but it's like not cool in the way of like a historical. Like I'm
It
not.
takes
It's not like a Rossellini historical film. You know what I mean? Like
No.
we're not judging it like
that.
that. It's like
That's why I
uh,
talk about. It takes me out of it, and I'm like, because
especially if you're
there's
going in being
still
like, oh, is he gonna respect history and the myth and like the gods and
because
stuff? It's like no, he's not. Not really.
that's what pisses me off a bit. I'm like, you have the resources. We have so much
So wait, did they
information.
actually have Cyclops back then? Like, was that is that like a?
Well, that no, but that's the it's still
I mean, who
set, and it's.
knows? We weren't
I know what you're
there.
trying to
Yeah, how do we
do.
know? How do we know?
I know
I
what you're
mean,
trying to do.
at least in my translation, I think I read the Emily Wilson one, but she basically says that a lot of studies have put where the Cyclops location is in Sicily, and so they just think basically that this was their description of Sicilians.
That's
um,
kind of racist.
no, yes, exactly. The book is racist. So
Yeah.
the book is racist.
Oh,
Like that's
really?
something that Odysseus is definitely racist. Like he's a colonizer. That's something that you're supposed to get out of him also in the book. Like
Dang.
And
that's part of what makes him not a great guy. So,
Yeah, Odysseus is
but
canceled.
yeah, and like to me, I mean, now that we this is another thing I wanted to bring up is like another huge part of the book is like I don't know if you remember the last scene in the book, like but I forgot what the last book number is, but it's not with Penelope and Odysseus. It's with his father. That's basically how the
yeah,
book ends. And it ends almost like a you could say it's almost like a superhero moment where like they're setting up to fight some more people and now his son is ready to fight with him now for the first time and their father's like looking on, he's like saying how proud he is that both his son and his grandson are fighting. Uh
Well, because they're preparing for the Sea Peoples,
yeah.
and that is like a big, you know, cool thing for me as a history buff because the Sea Peoples are one of the greatest mysteries. They arguably are the main reason why that led to the Bronze Age collapse, and
Mm,
then after that into the Iron Age.
Wait, so
But
what are the sea
they
people?
so they're likely came out of maybe areas from southern Italy or displaced people all the way from um, possibly the Arabian Sea area. We don't know where they came from. That's the coolest thing about them. They effectively hit Egypt, you know, the Phoenicians, the Greeks, the Italic tribes, all along those trade nodes all over the Mediterranean, crippled the economy, and then they disappeared.
mm,
We don't know what they look like. We don't have exactly, from what I understand, names of like rulers or big shots of the sea peoples. They came, destroyed, and
that's,
disappeared. It's really cool.
Dang.
yeah. I mean
So,
relevant uh to the book specifically because at least from when I was reading stuff um the book like Homer's at least they were written down. Homer's
mhm.
Odyssey was basically written like 300 years after that happened, where they were basically the Greek Bronze Age collapse, and that's basically what they're writing. That's what the Odyssey is kind of about. It's like this kind of as Sean pointed out,
Yeah,
like right
because
before they were destroyed by the Sea
I
Peoples.
think
You know.
600 years
Yeah.
after the event is when Homer came around and wrote it down. And it was passed on orally before him. Yeah, it's really interesting, but that's the thing. Like that's kind of just me though. Like I come like from that passion, that background. Nothing professional, nothing academic. It's just a lot on my own time and what I want to understand. Um, the biggest problem I have is when people use history to serve their own tunnel vision. They don't respect history. They just use it to serve their own biases. And that's some of the things I kind of saw in this film. Um, but but it's mainly for me like the cosmetics. It was just it's
Mhm.
terrible.
Takes you
It's
out
so
of it.
lazy, especially with the Ithaca scenes in the house. I'm like, what is this? Like, it's like a modern day take of how of like the Vikings TV series. Everybody's in this leather garments, fur, and not saying those things
Damn, they dripped
won't be
out.
there, but there's color. You have it's hot in the Mediterranean, dude. You're gonna have people with nice loose fabrics and breathable
But see,
fabrics
they didn't
wearing.
shoot this in the Mediterranean. They shot in Scotland, so
I know, and
it's
that's what
cold in
pisses me
Scotland.
off. I'm
I mean,
like,
okay, I kind of want to address one thing that Luke was kind of making a joke, but it's a lot of things. I've seen a lot of this on Twitter with for the Nolan fanboys, so they're like, if you bring up how like this is
Is that what you're
supernatural,
calling me?
right?
Is that
Like
what you're calling
this
me?
is not technically historical. It's a myth. So if you bring up like oh you don't like any like basically he ignores all the historical aspects. But okay, fine. But if my another problem as you're reading the book you another thing you get is how much the gods are actually intertwined with humanity. You know, that's
hmm
just like that was a very classical idea. Like this, the idea of like humanity and the gods are basically always intertwined. Like, like a
can't
big part
have
of the
one
book is
without
like,
the other.
you never know if a stranger is actually a god in front of you. You know, so like that's why you should treat strangers with respect because you never know if it's actually a god. Like that's one example of that in the book. But
hmm
so it's like, okay, fine. Nolan, you want to make a realistic, natural take. You don't have any gods in it. Even Athena, who's like basically the biggest part of the book outside of Odysseus, you know, in terms of like
Yeah,
basically guiding him the whole way.
Much
Okay,
bigger
fine.
role
You want to make the goddess just a traumatic memory of her getting killed uh,
of a
during the sack
priestess
of
getting
Troy.
killed.
Yeah, a priestess
Yeah.
getting killed, and now she's just like in your conscious, like telling you what the right thing to do is. Okay. But then why do you have like it's just like you only took all the only supernatural elements of the movie are like the most like monsterific like
Famous ones.
Hollywood. No, but it's not even like super. They're just like Hollywood monsters, you know, like a Cyclops or
Yeah.
those like the things that attack them from the side of the
A
mountain.
Percy
You
Jackson
know,
type of
yeah,
story,
yeah. It's like,
like
but like the most interesting. It's like okay, so you can have that supernatural stuff, but you can't have any of the gods whatsoever. Really, it's like that's
yeah,
what I don't
yeah.
understand. You
It's
know.
really weird.
Like,
hmm
you're
okay,
going by
go in.
Luke.
If you want to make it realistic, take go all the way
Even
in. Like, make a Cyclops just like a 7 foot tall guy that actually just like has one smile eye or something. You know, and they just called him a Cyclops. It's like,
hmm
uh, no, it's like so. I can kind of understand why you wouldn't want to have the gods, but to me, it's like it would be much more interesting. Eh, Uh, but you know, maybe Nolan's the wrong direction to do that. I don't think he would handle that well at all, honestly. So maybe I don't want that. But uh, it's just another aspect of the
Um,
book that's such a big part of the book, and it's like really not there at all in the
it's
movie.
not there ever,
I guess
basically.
you
Like
could say
Athena.
in the
Oh,
nature aspect, some people would say like, especially Neptune with the sea, maybe you know, where he's trying to make the gods like literally nature. Maybe if I watched it again, I could get that, but I didn't really get that much the
I
first
mean,
time I
like the
watched it.
Cyclops is the son of Poseidon.
Wait, really?
Yeah, yeah,
They go
yeah,
as
yeah,
far as that.
Dang.
He's the son of
yeah,
they say that
Poseidon.
in the movie
It's
also.
it's a
yeah.
really
They do.
tragic story, and
Yeah,
like that's why I felt bad the whole time because just look it up about his story. It's really sad. And Cyclops are
yeah.
generally known to be just they're giant shepherds, pretty much. Um, so they could have I don't know how to like
Well, okay. Let me give you because in the
that
1954
that
film, uh,
oh yeah.
the way they handle him, like they humanize him a lot more than in this one. Like in this
hmm
one, they make him kind of like a I don't know. He's just like he's almost like a Pan's Labyrinth
Yeah,
kind
he's a
of
big dumb
monster.
Creature.
monster,
You know, like
basically.
the guy with the weird eye in a Pan's Labyrinth, like the only
Yeah,
shot I
yeah,
remember
yeah.
from the movie.
With
It kind of
the
reminds me of that.
hand eyes
Yeah, with
Yes,
the
thing.
yes,
hand
like yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I love when he eats the guy and then like immediately goes to sleep. Like I
Yeah.
can't. Even
He's
big
like, all
monsters
right,
get
time to
me
uh,
clock out.
combos.
But
no, but
see,
in
I
the
think
1954 one, like he's just this like you can tell they just use these weird kind of perspective effects, like kind of like you were saying with the armor scene. Honestly, it's like it's shot similar. It's something similar like that, where they're doing a lot of tricks to make this like kind of just normally tall guy look like a Cyclops. Uh, but in that one, he's like way more sweaty. He's just like you can tell he's like a normal hairy guy. And in the way they get him to, they even changed this from the book, which I thought was actually a good addition. Is they basically introduce the Cyclops to wine, and they get him really drunk first, and so you see this guy just like
in the book.
basically like this huge Cyclops getting drunk and all sweaty and stuff before he like falls asleep, which is like really funny. Um,
That's in the book.
oh,
Is
that
this
is in
in
the
the
book where
book?
they use wine.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's in
okay, I
the
didn't
book.
remember that. Okay, okay, see
Because
that
like
makes sense.
one of the reasons I think they made the Cyclops basically just a big dumb monster is because they're not going with the Odysseus being the master of deception or the master of deceit, basically. Because
Yeah,
the
Hmm.
Cyclops
and kind of
portion is
a
one of the biggest reasons, like why you can see him as a master of deception. Like the no
yes,
name bit wasn't even in the movie.
yes. Oh yeah,
uh,
yeah. I'm glad. Yeah, yeah.
or no
Because
man,
like
sorry. Because the
no
Cyclops is
man.
not alone on this island. He's there with other Cyclopses. Like he lives in the community, which is another reason why it's
Wait,
kind
for
of like a
Yes.
real?
racist.
They had
Yeah.
communities?
Actually, for people that don't really know what you're talking
Damn.
about, is in the book. I think the actual translation is yes, it's either no man or I think it's no one. And I think no one makes a little more sense because in the book, like the way Odysseus gets away is so they stab the Cyclops with the eye and he starts screaming and they come and ask the Cyclops like, "Hey, what's wrong? Who attacked you?" And he says, "No one attacked me." And so they all leave because he thinks they think the Cyclops is okay because he says no one attacked him, and that's what helps Odysseus gets away. It's like part of like
Yeah.
his to show like how cunning he is. And then also like in that scene also shows Odysseus is kind of like a dick at the very least because
Yes.
this is another one that 1954 Kirk Douglas does really well. Is like he also taunts him a lot after they get away. Basically,
Big time.
he's like trying to get attacked again because like it makes you feel bad for the giant the more the story goes on because
Yeah.
how
That sounds
Odysseus is
terrible.
basically like being a dick to him after they leave. He's like yelling at him after they're like when he's on the boat, like telling him like how he's better than the
Yeah.
gods and
I,
stuff. Like,
Yeah,
I,
but
I
you
got,
get none of
The
that.
Rock almost saying their book is because he was taunting him in the book at the
Yes,
very least.
yes,
In
yeah,
the
yeah,
movie,
and
it's
that's
just
what
because you're a
makes
rock.
and that would make the Poseidon stuff even worse, or make more sense because like yeah, you just like fucking stab my son in the eye and then taunted him after while you're entering my ocean, and like
what do you
Odysseus is
think is
saying
going
like
to
yeah,
happen?
yeah,
What do you
exactly.
think is
uh,
Are you surprised? Like, no,
and
but the scene after that in the movie drove me nuts because they get in the boat, they get away, and then his officer, Himesh Patel, that actor, asked him like, "Why'd you do that?" And the way the dial, this is my always my biggest problem with Nolan films is his dialogue. Sometimes they talk, and I'm like, are they just reciting their lines? It's like, why did you attack that? Why did you attack it? And then Matt Damon's character's like, well, because of this, this, this. And then they jump to this next shot after
wait,
that.
are you talking
Like
about the his
there's
scenes
no
with the
breathing, there's no
um
emotions sometimes.
what's her name?
You know, like
Yeah.
it just feels like, oh, we're just reciting our lines, and they just happen to be filming us as we're practicing our lines to each other. Like it's really weird to me. It's like they just escaped near death experience or being trapped in that cave forever, and then they're just like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
we'll go here now. And it's like, what? But
I
that's
think a
just
lot of even Nolan fans would agree with you about the his dialogue problem. My problem with his dialogue problem is why does he have so much of it in it? It's like
that's the
okay,
thing.
for the first 15 minutes I can get over it for how much talking the exposition, but it's like literally the whole film.
Well, it's
Like
like the sirens.
outside of the major set pieces, it's just people talking in close up for most of the film.
Well, it's like the same with the sirens. Like part of me thought it would have just been better if it was nothing but that ringing, that audible humming silence, and then you see Odysseus, screaming or whatever, and but then we have this whole monologue going over all that. I'm like some of it's okay. Like don't get me wrong, but thinking about it, I'm like it's just overly doing it, sometimes with the dialogue. But
Okay.
I think one of my main problems also is maybe it's because he's also not an emotional director. He's not very good at capturing emotions. But one of my favorite parts of the book is it's basically a male weepy. Like there is so much crying done by these men in this book,
oh yeah,
Yes.
and
Yes.
there's
I actually. Yeah.
no crying at
Yes.
all in this
Well, that
movie
goes
by
with like
anybody.
Odysseus is not very complicated in this movie. In the book, he's just like
No,
his emotions all over the place. Uh, no, I even have a quote. Um, basically, I don't because the translation I don't think is that good. It's the Samuel Butler translation. Uh, but basically, it describes like there's a part where it describes him like crying like a woman after her husband has died.
Yeah,
Just like from
yeah,
he's trying to hide his tears, but it's like it describes him as like a woman where she screams and flings her arms about. Like the way it describes a woman, like that's how weepy Ulysses was or Odysseus was. But like in the book, he's just so kind of just typical kind of stone faced for the most of the time.
Yeah.
Okay, but one thing I wanted to mention to not to because now we're just going all over the place. I wanted to mention one thing I
Yeah, I
actually
don't know how we even
liked.
got here.
Yeah, no, it was just fine.
Yeah.
Uh, but one scene I actually kind of really liked was the scene with the pigs with
Oh yeah. Spirited Away
That was a good
vibes.
was it
scene.
Cersei, Kirke or
Yeah.
Circe or
Yeah.
Cersei? I
Kirk,
don't
yeah,
know.
Kirk.
Uh, yeah, I know. I felt like that scene was actually fun.
I like also
You
the
know
lead up
the
to it where you're seeing like the lion and the tiger and stuff, and then once you learn
yes,
about the pigs and like then when Odysseus comes
yes,
back up, now that you start to put two and two together, you're like, oh, there it
Yeah, it was so
comes.
uncomfortable, but in a
it
good way.
Yeah,
was, it was.
It
yeah.
was well
Um,
done.
It's
yeah,
like
it's like the
weird seeing him do like body horror thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and then I wanted to mention this. Blake kind of mentioned at the beginning, which was maybe to me another reason why the film is not like I just didn't have a great experience with it. Maybe at home, if I watched it, it'd be a little different. It's so loud, and the reason why it feels so loud is it's basically consistently loud the whole film. Like there's
yes,
basically no pauses of like, and this is why a lot of this ties together. It's like he doesn't let the images breathe that much, so like the audio really doesn't breathe that much either. Uh, it's like everything has to be dramatic. Like even if two people are talking exposition wise, it can't just be a peaceful day while they're talking. It's like everything has to be like super dramatic and the way they're walking and the way the music is tense. It's like I know that's this thing where he has to keep the tension the whole time, but I don't know. It's like like especially for 3 hours, like it becomes very tiring to me. Um,
Mm.
and this is kind of tied to it too. Just one more thing I had was the book is also this is tied to a lot of things we've talked about the book is the book is also a lot funnier. Like
yeah,
uh like even the Cyclops scene, it's like a funny scene, like just that whole
Yeah.
idea, like and he treats it
Robert
very
Pattinson's character is
serious,
very funny.
he
I
is,
will say.
and that's part of it. Like I wish he was in it way more. Like the suitors are in the book way
Yeah.
more. It's like such a big part of the book.
Yeah.
It is a weird idea, so I can understand why for like a modern audience he doesn't want to kind of be like, why are these guys here just waiting? Like, I think that's like it's part of the weirdness of the book. Uh,
Yeah, Loki didn't even realize
he
what was
is,
going on with them until the end. I was like, wait, so
but
that's
then
why
like see
he's
even
here?
Robert Pattinson, like he's like a suitor that's he should be kind of and he is funny in the movie. There's some funny moments with him, but it's like he has to have
Keep the
like they
spoon,
tie him
keep the
back.
spoon.
They tie him back to some flashback with Odysseus
Honestly,
too.
I had
oh,
no idea what was going
You
on there.
know,
I was like, I don't know what's
it's
going
like
on.
they said
I
Robert
don't know.
Pattinson.
It's like
He basically
Elliot Page's character was involved, right?
yeah he
They were
yeah.
basically
siblings,
That character,
the two characters.
Yeah, I didn't really understand that.
like I think one of
well,
them
I
got
think that
drafted
yes,
Like,
and then
yeah,
Robert Pattinson like tricked him, like basically flipped it or something to where Elliot Page had to go instead of him.
yeah. Oh,
And
that would make sense, I
Odysseus
guess.
saw it, but Odysseus saw it and just kept it a secret all these years.
And then Elliot Page
Dies in
sacrificed
that
themselves for.
that bow that shoots him like right in the arm.
Yeah,
It was a cool shot. Like the bow actually felt very heavy, which I liked.
yeah. Didn't you miss that scene because you were like getting food or
No,
whatever?
I saw it. I saw
Oh, okay. That was funny. No, anyway,
it. What did I miss though?
it
Because
was
I
you
was
missed
watching
Travis
most.
Scott. You missed Travis
No,
Scott.
I
You
saw
didn't.
because I was watching the
Oh,
beginning
okay.
of like I was standing downstairs. I was
There was some
watching.
like thing with Tom Holland's character. I think I don't really remember,
Okay.
like him talking to Anne Hathaway. I think, and like the blind guy. But yeah,
uh, so should we try to go through the movie, or we
we
kind
can
of
just
talked
like
about a
kind
lot
of
of
we can
it?
just like hit on like the parts we
Let's
need
hit
to
the
talk
the main
about.
beats at least.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe in thirds,
Um,
like what
well,
we think of the
I will say,
all the exposition.
I do think The Searchers, John Ford's The Searchers, is definitely influenced by this from what I under like.
The
Hmm.
Odyssey in general.
It kind of makes sense as like a. I also was like, at points I was
Well,
like, this is kind of like the Interstellar, but on the sea, a certain way too.
I mean, just on the surface point, remember how we talked about John Wayne's character in that film, where
Yeah,
it's like a very complicated guy.
yeah,
You don't even know if you're supposed to root for him or not.
yeah.
To me, that's closer to than like what
It's
Matt
almost a
Damon is in
reversal, I
this.
guess, because like he's not. He's trying to bring someone back to home instead of trying to find home.
Uh,
Something
yeah.
like that. I don't know. I'm getting somewhere. Um, but yeah. Anyway.
Also, I mean, I kind of just thought of like where I mean, some kind of earlier parts in the film that I'm remembering is like Tom. It seemed like such a big deal that Tom Holland's going on this dangerous mission to go find out about his father. You know,
Yeah.
no danger at
Just
all.
Christina.
We never see any shots of the journey. Like he's literally just there, goes to talk to some guys, is already back at home. Like I don't even think he goes to one
Well, I
dangerous thing
think.
at all.
Well, no, the
Just
the 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 guys that try and kill him, right?
oh, that's true. All right, they kill him at the
Yeah,
temple.
Which that
because
was
that's where
that was
Robert Pattinson
added.
tried to.
That was
Robert Pattinson
added
tried to
for
slime him.
tension.
It didn't work.
And that's added too. Yeah.
No, that's because in the book it's more of Athena turns the eyes of the people watching for him to come back home because they were trying to kill him. So they didn't even see him. They didn't see him come home at all because Athena basically blinded their eyes.
Yeah.
She does that a lot in the book. Like that's
Yes.
another
Yes.
like the
She's
gods
way
do a
more
lot in
involved.
that book.
No,
Yes.
that like multiple times in the book. That's so funny to me. Is like you because you listen. I mean, Odysseus is old. You know, he's supposed to be old coming back, and so like multiple times in the book, it'll be like, and then Athena made him look taller and stronger than usual to those around him and stuff. So I was like, that'd be
Mhm.
kind of fun to see in a movie. Like every time, like just like normally he's kind of old, and then all of a sudden he like looks like jacked in front of people and stuff. It's like I don't know when was gonna do that, but it's like it happens so often. Because like there's all these like young women that are falling for him all the time, you know. But
Yeah.
um,
Um,
I guess like the very beginning of the movie is like maybe one of the more interesting parts to me is how he just keeps coming back to the Troy event until finally he gives you like the payoff, like
oh yeah, like you
actually
see the
showing it.
one image of him like sitting on the stairs and the head
Yeah,
falling. And
yeah,
also there's
yeah,
The
something with
statue
like
of Athena.
Zendaya like being like the representation for Athena, but then that's because Zendaya was like the girl he saw killed or something.
Priestess.
yes.
Yeah,
Priestess.
That's basically Nolan like kind of giving you like she doesn't have to be a goddess if you don't want her to be, you know,
yeah,
But
something
because
they
like
did
that.
basically
show
that
the
she's
statue, which was the head of Athena, Athena
yeah,
statue, which symbolically, like, because they both show at the same time, Zendaya as the priestess of Athena or an oracle. She could have been an oracle. They don't really explain. Um, and the statue of Athena being severed at the same time. So it's
to me honestly
like
she doesn't even have to be in this movie the
I
way she's
think
used.
she was in it for like a total of what, five
Like
minutes?
she's just there, like every time, but especially her scenes. I don't even know if we get a wide shot with her, but it just maybe we do, like when he first comes back to Ithaca. But
I remember liking some
other than
shots
that,
of
it's
her
a
in it.
a lot of talking with close ups of them. Like she just filmed her scene in 1 or 2 days, kind of scenes. Also, I didn't think she was that good either, but um,
Damn,
but that might not be a Nolan fault. Uh,
damn.
do we? Okay, what was our favorite monster? Our favorite kind of Odysseus random
Uh,
episode in the film?
um.
I did like the Hades scene.
Hades was
Oh,
probably
where
Yes,
it's
the
like
Like
Hades
that.
scene.
I thought it was one of the more visually interesting scenes, at least.
That one's kind of
they
cool,
Yes.
filmed a nice
especially when you
one.
get like the flashback of Benny Safdie. Like he thinks he's about to get sloppy toppy, and then he gets stabbed in
Mhm.
that scene.
But
Yeah.
see, even they changed that in the book because in the book, like it's just this woman that's been planning for her revenge, right? But in this one, because does that happen in the? I could be misremembering, but I don't remember Agamemnon. I definitely said that wrong. Uh,
Agamemnon. He's the,
he sacrifices his child. Does that actually
I
happen?
think he does. I think he
I don't
does.
remember. Okay, because it's like in the book, I don't remember her having a motivation for killing him outside of just he was gone and she got a new
She took a
lover.
lover.
Wait, were they
Yeah,
twins
and
also
her
in the
motivation
novel?
at this one is, oh, you killed my child so many years ago, so that's why I've hated you all these years. I don't remember that being the case, but
Yeah.
because there's as I was going through my notes, there's like a funny part too, where like this is another example of this being an old classic novel because it's very misogynistic at parts. Because during that
Oh,
scene, uh, it says something like, "Not only should you be cursed, but even all good women after you cursed as well because of what you did." Like,
like damn, yeah, it's crazy.
uh, yeah,
There was the
Honestly, a lot of the monster
whirlpool.
scenes kind of fell flat for me. I'm not gonna lie, or
There
a
was
lot of them
that
did. So.
because there was that whirlpool scene where it's like the monster from the sky that kind of came quickly. I know a lot of people were
yes,
saying like criticizing that. I saw, um, like the I don't even know what it was. It was like it came from the sky and like when he like tries to avoid the whirlpool.
yeah. So they
Yeah,
take the other route.
I didn't have a good or feel on what that was either, honestly,
I
because I
I
didn't
sort of
remember
liked
that.
it though because it felt very like disorientating. Like I almost wasn't expecting it either, and I still don't really like. It just kind of came and went. I don't know. Um, what
It
Well, I
else
kind
mean,
of
was
what
reminded
do
me
you
of
guys think, people?
like uh like King Kong.
like King
Do you remember Peter
Kong?
Jackson's King Kong with all the monsters?
I
Like,
haven't seen it.
Damn, which one or what part though?
you know when they're getting attacked by all the monsters in like the at the beginning of the movie.
Wait, there's more than just King Kong in that movie.
There is,
Well,
yeah.
because like the first hour is them like in the jungle basically.
Oh,
Bunch of
It's
monsters
been a
on the
long time since
island.
I just remember having a similar kind of vibe to this one, but I could be wrong about that. Uh, yeah.
um,
There's also Calypso. She's we already kind of talked about Charlize Theron, but that's another thing that he changes in the book is like he basically tells her all his memories of these episodes, right?
Hmm.
Um, I think it's in Nausicaa and like that kingdom where he tells a lot of his memories in the. But I don't know. Is there anything else you guys had?
well, there's the final
I
fight
mean, we could talk
scene.
about the final scene.
Yeah. Well, like, and also like the Troyes. Did we really talk the? We kind of did.
We've touched on it multiple times. Like I did like how that a lot of it was
I
shot.
mean, he does the classic Nolan thing where like he like kind of because oh, actually I don't know in the novel do they reveal the sacking of Troy thing at the end like Nolan did or was that a choice on Nolan's end?
Choice on Nolan's, because that stuff was
That
already
Yeah.
covered in the
that was
Iliad.
interesting.
But I think the Iliad ends before the sack. Does it end before the sack of Troy? I don't remember. I don't
I
think
don't
the
remember
Iliad.
either, actually.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
It's been a while since I've read the Iliad.
yeah.
I
But
think it's
I
one of those
enjoyed
things where it's yeah. Sorry.
no no I would say I enjoyed like the Matt Damon 50v1.
At the end.
The
He was
video,
definitely
yeah.
trying to give him some Batman moments in this.
Damn, yeah. And like yeah, the whole like yeah, obviously like the dropping the weapons down and Robert Pattinson ordering people around. But yeah,
AC
I
130 kill streak. Yeah.
yeah, I thought it was quite
So
funny.
I will say, like, honestly, I feel like he should have had an easier time. Like they definitely tried to make it more interesting, the fight scenes in, because literally in the book it's a massacre. They have no way to get these
Yeah,
weapons at all. Like it's literally just Ulysses or Odysseus and Telemachus or whatever,
Yeah,
whatever Tom Holland's character,
yeah.
whatever
that
his
that,
name is.
that
They're literally just murdering everyone. So
I mean the guy who
Like
put the hole in the floor, he was cooking. That was a good idea.
he was goofy.
He was thinking outside the box.
and I think you kind of touched on maybe uh another thing I kind of touched on as well is he wants to make everything dramatic, right? Because this is at the end of the day a studio kind of action film. Uh, but to me, reading the book, like a lot of the kind of classic dramatic moments are not like we already know the event, you know. Even in the book, like yes, they're kind of like, oh yes, he's finally getting his revenge. But to me, like some of the more dramatic moments are him still being hid as a beggar in the book, and then after like, uh, he's like he's still questioning his wife to see like if she remembers him, you know, from like a question from like 20 years ago or something, you know. Like those are even like way more dramatic than just like the action scenes where we know the hero's gonna win. Uh, but it feels like a lot. That's like you know, it's just like part of the that's part of the deal of making a big blockbuster film. You know, is he feels like he has to make it dramatic in these kind of ways. Where I kind of do with Blake is like it's like he should have an easier time winning. You know, it shouldn't be like it's not it shouldn't be that hard for him really. But um, he does win at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Do you
So
think
do
it's a
you
happy
prefer?
ending of him leaving with his
In the movie
wife?
sense, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. We don't even see his father in the movie. I don't think, right?
No,
No.
not once.
Like, what's his father's deal? Like, he's a.
Like I was saying in the book, it actually ends with him going to visit his father, not his wife, uh,
Oh,
and
he
basically
leaves his
revealing that
wife
he's still alive.
behind.
To his, like that's supposed to seem as like kind of the climactic moment where he reveals to his father that he's still alive. You know,
Oh,
I mean, it is a big deal that he's returning his wife too, but
interesting.
I do think it's significant that the book actually ends with him visiting his father. And but
Yeah, the ending in this film, like, there's a lot of sequences in this movie where it just felt, as you guys have mentioned many times, not enough time to breathe. It just feels like we're here, we're here, we're here, we're here, we're here. Oh, by the way, here's this Batman Dark Knight type of ending where I'm gonna talk and then cuts, and then I'm like, what? And
yes, yeah,
that
when
that's
he's
just
describe,
me.
what are like
Like,
the narrators like explaining everything.
yeah, and I'm
Uh,
like, can I just
yeah,
have? Can we just like take a breather or something? That have a nice long
you
shot,
know, how,
with a 10x camera or something. But,
well, because the book kind of has like a sweet ending where it talks about how him and his wife get in their bed, they make love, and then they just describe their tales of what it was like for the last
mhm,
20 years. Uh,
yeah.
or at least with his wife anyway. So like outside of the father stuff, but like that's how it ends with his wife. So we don't even get that, you know. It's like these they don't even seem that like that happy to be with each other really. But um, yeah, overall we love the movie.
It was a
I
fun
liked
movie.
it. I
But,
liked it.
I mean, is this a rewatch? Like I don't know when I'm gonna rewatch this again. I'll put it that way.
yeah.
I don't know either.
I'll probably
Have
watch
Or
it
either of
again
you
for the
maybe.
seen
I
like
nostalgia.
think I
Notorious?
think it was just fun for me because it was the first time my wife and I went to the theaters together for a long time,
Okay.
That's
and we
fair.
like this. We like we like ancient stories, um, and so on. So it's something it's like it was a nice bonding experience for her and I, and, you know.
Mm.
Does Tara like it?
So no, she liked it. I mean, she had issues with it as well. She's much more familiar. Like, see, where she comes from, these stories are everything, so she can understand like the weight behind such tales, like Odysseus as the Mahabharata, the Ramayana is to her, and Danny, respectfully, like from that part of the world. Um, and I think like the funniest discourse to me, if we want to get into that, is when people say, "Oh, it's just mythology," and I'm like, "Yes, but this is a story that is a Greek identity type of story. It's a very important tale to them, no different than what Christianity could be considered to many Christians, right? The stories of the Old Testament, the New Testament, what Islam is, from the Quran, and so on. These are things that brought people together, so there has to be that respect, to the source material and to the time period. And that was like my gripe. Was like I felt like you have we have the materials. We have so much information. Now, granted, a lot of stuff has been lost to time. A lot of the stuff is speculated, of course, but at least try to show that. And that's the part I just don't get with guys like Nolan and other big directors today. You know that want to do. It's like, okay, well, and if it's not a big deal, then make up your own story with an odd Odysseus theme. You know, do it in a different universe or do it in a modern timeline. I don't care. But if you're going to go back to set in this time period, particularly, then show some respect to that time period. You know,
I
that's just
mean,
my gripe.
sh- let's just say the movie that you're talking about. You're talking about Ridley Scott's Napoleon.
Oh God, do not get me
All right,
on
let's
that.
end the podcast here. Like,
Nah.
no,
it's
no,
over.
because Ridley Scott has a new movie
Cut
coming
him
out. It looked
off.
terrible. I'm not
Cut
gonna
him
lie.
off.
What? Did you
It
guys see
looked
the? Did you
terrible.
guys
I
saw the
mean,
ad at the beginning of that,
yeah,
or
we
at the beginning
saw
of the movie?
yeah the trailer.
What was it, like a
It,
zombie movie or something? I don't even know.
no.
I low key
Uh,
wasn't paying attention.
Or a post-apocalyptic movie. But
Yeah,
I mean, to be
don't
fair,
get
I
me
do like
started.
Gladiator better than this movie.
me
Yeah,
too.
I
yeah.
still haven't seen Gladiator.
I mean, and that's the thing. Like, maybe like a lot of these criticism is because I'm like talking. I go one in one way. I'm saying, oh, Christopher Nolan is like Michael Bay. You know, he's like just an action director. I shouldn't expect anything like kind of serious, especially when like the book is such more intricate and stuff. But then I'm also criticizing him for not doing all these things. It feels like
Hmm.
it's like I want to have more respect for Nolan, but then at the end of the day, uh, it's like he's not Rossellini. You know, he's not approaching this material like. To me, he doesn't like. Sean wants him to have respect for these ancient cultures, and I think he sees it more as like, oh, this is just a timeless Western story. Uh, you know, I'm going to take some of the tropes and apply it to for a modern audience. You know, modern American Christian audience, and like
Hmm.
that's another way to approach it. You know, but
Because there's so much like there's nuances all over the place, and especially with old epic poems, which is what they are, the Iliad and the Odyssey. They're epic poems. You know that there are nuances that have to be you can't just sweep over. You can't just ignore. And
well, see,
that's just the thing.
I think Nolan just proved you kind of can. And
Yeah.
it'll still make $1 billion at the box
Yes.
office. It's
Oh
just
yeah. I mean
it's like what are you
he
trying to
can.
achieve though? You know,
Right,
it's that's
right.
the thing.
But
Like I think a lot of
I
the
think
things you're saying, like focusing on the details, like focusing on a lot of
it's a
these things that
very
would I think it would. He's scared that it would, or a lot of just studios are scared it alienates the audience. You know,
right.
like the more kind of you make it more realistic, like you kind of actually show how ancient morals were instead of like just projecting our modern morals on it. It actually will alienate
Hmm.
the audience instead of
Oh,
making them feel
100%.
like they
Well,
identify with the hero. And that's kind of what he needs. He needs you to be like, at the end of the day, I want Jason Bourne to win. You know, it can't be just
hmm.
like
Well,
we're
it's
more
like
detached watching him just do good and bad deeds, and I really don't know how I feel about him at the end. Like he's
right.
not, he can't have that, and that's like just something like in that just to me it's like weaker filmmaking, especially when like I feel like he could have actually gotten away with it at this point because he's already got the money. You know, like
Hmm.
let the audience kind of think before they leave, but it's like he's still thinking about the next movie. I guess you know I don't want to hate on him, but uh,
Right.
it's
I
just
mean,
it's like well, like
that's the thing I loved about Rossellini, like with his film on Socrates, the Acts of the
yes,
Apostles. You know that he
yes,
obviously had respect to
yeah.
what Kubrick, had like with a Barry Lyndon. He
I
had
think a lot
respect
of
for the
people will
time
compare
period.
Nolan to Kubrick, but it
Yeah, I
just
don't know about that.
um,
Um, but that's just the thing. Like I don't see that. Like he's like,
Well, I
oh,
think
but I edited.
Rossellini. No, I think Rossellini's respect honestly comes from the fact that he's Italian, though. Because obviously, like they just have a lot of they're from the same exact area where this was all happening to
Yeah,
Jesus. So,
yeah.
so
so that's
again
where
some
some of the respect
anti-British
comes
hate.
from. I mean, yes, but
Like
Wait, they were in. Wait, Jesus was in Italy.
I mean the Romans were in Italy. Rome's in Italy.
and they had influence all the
Wait,
way in Israel
That's more
at that
Acts of the
point.
Apostles, I guess, with Paul. But I mean,
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
Rome was influential even in because
I mean,
they were in Jerusalem. They were the ones controlling it.
and at that time they were like two separate kingdoms or one kingdom. I can't remember at that point in time for the Jews, but because before then it was the Seleucid Empire, which was like um, oh, what's the word? A follow-up kingdom after Alexander's empire dissolved. They occupied that. Then the Romans became the big power and pushed east as far as they could. And so by that point in time, there was a lot of Greco, Judaic mixture. It's really interesting, but anyway,
Uh,
it's different. But
I'm looking at the Wikipedia. At least at the beginning, this says Nolan drew inspiration from the epic historical films of Andrei Rublev and Ran or Ron.
really,
I'm like,
Ron,
like,
Ron is one of my favorite movies.
yeah.
I haven't seen either of them in
Um,
a
but
while.
that's the
Like,
thing. Like, I think they both of them have much more respect for their time periods that they're
Well,
portraying.
and that's the
Yeah,
thing.
Ron's not even
Uh,
historical, but I mean, okay.
No,
yeah.
it's
At least the
a
time
Macbeth,
period.
Yeah, at least the
King
time
At
Lear,
period.
least like
King Lear.
a time period he's trying to portray. I mean,
But
that's
that's
even
the
more to
thing
the
I'm
point
talking about.
for this film.
Like
It's like
Ron is
that's not
based
even
off of
a
Shakespeare.
historical film.
That's the thing. Like Ron is
Yeah,
based off a Shakespearean play, right? But notice how even Kurosawa, everything is still colorful. Soldiers have varieties in color. People had color. And if anyone
yes,
argues like, yeah,
yes.
but that'll make it not so serious, I'm like, that's a lie, dude. Like you saw the
And why does it have to be
bloodshed in that
serious all the time?
movie.
That's my thing. Like, it doesn't
Yeah,
have to
why
be
does it
serious
have
all
to
the
be
time. Like, the
serious?
book is
Like
funny so
that
much. Like, so much of the book is funny.
people weren't just sitting around miserable all day too.
Yes.
People were working hard. People had
They were in the
wives.
Mediterranean, man. Like,
Yeah, I
like
forgot.
that's a great place to live.
It's
Like, I
off
don't think.
topic,
Do we
but
even
it
see Robert
reminds
Pattinson
me.
stand outside at any point in the movie?
Only
I
outside
think
that
one
castle
time
in Verona.
with the dog,
Yeah,
putting
Oh,
the dog
okay,
on the
yeah, it's like
fire,
right
setting
outside
fire.
too.
we didn't even talk
Yeah,
about the dog.
yeah. That
I didn't
was
really
Uh,
get that part. Wait, what was going on?
I
so
mean,
the
it's
dog
in the book.
was. Oh, Blake could tell.
No, no, you're good. I mean, it's in the book, but it's definitely not it's not a major point in the book. Like they definitely put the dog more in this movie
okay, well, to me, it kind of is a
than the
major
dog.
point in the book. It is
It
a
is a
really
major
sweet
point
moment in
in
the
the
book.
book. No, it is. But they definitely put more of the dog in this movie than he is in the book. So
Well, they do the John Wick thing with the dog. It's like, oh, you need to know these people are bad. Here's the dog, and they're gonna kick him. So
yes,
you know he's
exactly,
evil. Like,
exactly. No, it's a
that.
very
None of
sweet
that's
Yeah,
in
scene.
none
It
of that's
worked.
in the
It
Very
book.
sweet
worked.
scene.
It worked on me.
But because it does happen in the book where, um, those are some of my favorite parts of the book, and you kind of get a small moment in the movie too, where like the maid recognizes his scar, and
Yeah.
that's when he has to tell her to be quiet because like she knows it's Odysseus. But it's similar thing with the dog, which like it
Tell
kind of really
anybody.
humanizes him, where where the dog would obviously be the one to recognize him. He can't just put on a disguise because dogs can basically smell like every person, so it's like he can't hide himself. To me, that's like a
mm,
really sweet moment in the book too. But
it was very the
but
part
it's
where
like
like I didn't feel convinced enough with Antinous as the villain. Like there wasn't to me enough of Robert Pattinson's character. Like I felt
Yeah.
like there could have been a little bit more of something to show why it's justified him as a villain. You know what I mean? I just didn't get, and maybe it's
well
me
they
just
try with
getting
the whole
older in
like
life and I can't keep up. But
they try because remember Mia Goth who she's like barely in the movie, but it's like implied that they're kind of having an affair, and that's how he's getting all this information from
oh, I forgot what the servant of Penelope.
yeah, the
Yeah, the
servant.
servant girl.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. So it's
yeah,
like there's that one quick moment. Uh,
yeah.
no, yeah, it's like it did annoy me how colorless this film was, especially with the suitors at the end, like that whole room and stuff. Uh,
That's always
Sean,
my
it
biggest
wasn't.
gripe.
Sean, did the boat annoy you?
Yes,
Okay,
So
I
bad,
wanted
dude.
someone else to say it because it annoyed me too. It looked like a Viking ship. I was like, "What are we
It
doing
is.
here?"
It is. It is. That's all it is. It's not a
Uh,
triune. It's not a,
okay, if they had
what?
a, to be fair, like okay, if they had like a realistic boat, what they had in like Bronze Age Greece at the time, would it look? It would look way less epic. I feel like.
No,
No,
that's
they look
wrong.
pretty good, honestly.
No,
I don't
dude,
know.
they
I
were
don't know.
crap.
That's a guess
Dude,
for
I
me. Let me
saw
look
one
at.
in Turkey.
Wait,
They
so let
they
me
had
look
a
at Bronze Age
recreational
ship.
one, but it's a classical period Greek triune ship. But I saw one off, the coast of Antalya,
Oh,
and it's
okay,
a
okay,
magnificent
okay.
bronze.
No, I like
Dude,
this. I like this actually.
yeah, it's a magnificent, and you can
Hey, those
find
are
videos
beautiful.
like people recreate them, and
Yeah.
we have schematics. We have works about them. And it's like, why fix what isn't broken? So these are type ship models. Granted, you have varieties and different designs here and there, but they've been consistent throughout the Mediterranean world for millennia. You know, if I'm using that word right, millennias, millenniums. I don't know, but um,
Millennia, I think.
yeah. But it was just so weird. Like Blake pointed out, it was like, nah. I'm like,
Definitely don't like
Viking longboat.
those.
And yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, and even in Ithaca and the palace, everyone's dressed up like Vikings TV show. Like a biker gang that just showed up at a bar. And you're like, yeah, we're gonna stand here all night, fellas. Or for years on end. Odysseus ain't coming back. And it's like I'm like, oh, okay, kind of just takes
I
me
mean,
out of it.
and maybe kind of wrap it up. Like I forgot to mention this at the beginning, but did you know Nolan was originally attached to the 2004 movie Troy,
I did not know that. That's
and
Wolfgang
apparently
Peterson,
he's
right?
what?
Attached
Wait,
in what way?
who directed Troy? Isn't that
He
Wolfgang
was
Peterson
originally supposed to.
also?
He was attached to direct it for a while until Wolfgang Peterson did it.
So it was Wolfgang Peterson. Okay. Have
Yeah,
you seen
Yeah.
Troy, by the way?
I haven't,
Anyone?
but I
Sean,
know.
have you seen it?
Oh yeah, multiple times. They did much better with the armor in that film, though, creative
Oh,
liberties, but they still give it a flair. They show varieties on both sides, and
damn
who's
it!
One
broken,
thing
I'm gonna have
who's
to watch
not.
that actually.
you do need to watch it. It's a good movie.
And
I
they
like it
got
more
some
than the Odyssey personally.
and they got some
You liked
beautiful
it more than
stuff.
what?
I like it more than the Odyssey personally.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah,
Well, because I was about to bring that
obviously.
up as like a studio Hollywood version of an epic tale, where it's still dramatized. Because even though I
Hmm.
haven't seen
Yeah.
it, I know like that's what like people know it as.
Hmm.
I will just say it's
That's interesting.
dramatized in a way I prefer more, whereas like it's dramatized more in the way like 300 is, where it's like a lot of just like sexy ass dudes like just running around killing each other. Like
Yeah,
it's
he did
literally
like
what it
that,
is.
bro.
Like I think
That's
no
like
like
Blake's favorite genre.
No
Yeah,
like
Just take out
Brian.
Blake, take out
yeah,
Zendaya, take out
yeah.
I
If they were
really I really
dudes,
wish that
they could
Brian
make
could
this
have been
movie
on this
more.
too. So did you guys see Brian's last
take out
review of this?
Calypso.
See
Who?
what?
What?
Huh?
Did you guys see Brian's last review of this?
Of Troy?
Yes,
No.
because he
No.
watched the director's cut before the Odyssey, and the last line of his of his thing is exactly how I feel about this movie, or at least somewhat, or it's like exactly how it kind of like feels. But he just says, I'm not sure if it was just in the director's cut, but I don't remember the gratuitous amounts of Brad Pitt ass kicking up the screen every 15 minutes. Talk about spectacle.
Okay.
It's so funny, man. Like it's so perfect though because that's exactly what I remember from the movie too.
Like,
But
I mean, because like, what's the most we actually get of people's like actual bodies in this? Like, maybe Matt Damon's like you see his arms a lot. He's getting a lot of good. They're getting a lot of shots right after he got a good pump in. You can tell. Uh, but
definitely not
I
that
don't know.
much
Yeah,
though, honestly.
it's not that much. Like I kind of said earlier, there's not a lot of eroticism in the movie.
We need
Uh,
more olive
I
oil.
agree. I mean, I agree. Like, I
I,
guess
I
Charlize Theron.
more.
She's definitely there.
Yeah, they skimped it. They
Yeah.
missed the opportunity there.
They definitely
Um,
did.
Oh,
Uh,
even with the witch, though, is it true that Odysseus slept with the witch too?
in the
Circe?
book, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
Yeah.
In the movie,
He
it's kind
sleeps
of
with
interesting. I
everyone.
still like it. Yeah, basically like uh every woman he gets on an island, basically, woman he gets on an island with, basically. Um,
That's wild.
but I think we, unless you guys have anything else to say, we can close it out.
Oh, good.
Yeah. All right.
I'm
Well,
good.
that's Nolan's Odyssey. Next week we're having our another friend on that we've never had before, and we are doing. He picked the movie 1917, and we're pairing it along with Full Metal Jacket.
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah. Until next
Interesting
week.
episode coming up, I guess.
Yes.
That will be.
Yes. Um. But yeah. Until next week. Hope to see you floating through the clouds.
I'm a poor boy and a long ways from home. Where you like, I ain't got no friend. I'm a poor boy and a long ways from home. I feel like I ain't got no friend. I'm a poor boy and a long ways from home. I feel like I ain't got no friend. Oh, please, please, let me stay all night. I'm a poor boy and a long ways from home. Oh, please, please, let me stay all night. I'm a poor boy and a long ways from home.